Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager number 330M26D. This is a sliding or pocket door privacy latch, is what this is. The 330M specifically means that it is a square-shaped pocket door privacy latch, that it's used for 1 3/4 thick doors, and that's crucial to know that it's 3 1 3/4 thick doors. Okay. This is like a multi-purpose 3-in-1 sort of device. First of all, you get an edge pull, you get flush pulls on both sides, and then you get a privacy via operating it by the thumb turn. And it's a bit hard to rotate only because the screws are tightened down at their minimum. To install this, you would simply loosen the screws, slide it over the notch that you've prepared, and you tighten them back down, but we'll go over that in a moment. So this item, height 2 3/4, 2.5. Again, that's going to be for an 1 3/4 door. If you have an 1 3/8 door, you're going to want, I believe, their 330L. Is that part number? Yes, 330L is the same model for an 1 3/8 door. Basically what changes is the length of this pin that you see inside of here, this horizontal pin. This item telescopes in and out as you loosen and tighten these two screws, and the bird's mouth on the connecting tail pieces need to communicate with that pin. So for an 1 3/8 door, that's simply a shorter pin is how that works. Once upon a time, I think they included just a longer pin, so life was easy. Regardless of the door thickness, it didn't really matter. But it's not so easy anymore. Okay, so there is a link below this video to the installation instructions. They are packaged with your unit. Installation of this is simple and straightforward. I am a fan of using a router for doing this. I would use a router even if I was doing just one, because of the quality of the job that you get when you're done. Page 2 of the installation instructions shows step 1 that you're going to create an 1 7/8 wide cutout, and then 2 5/16 high, the entire thickness of the door. Instructions also say at that point to cut the notch in the door at the desired height. You're going to want to take a pole, look around at the other doors and see where the height is of those, so that you're mortising this in the proper location that's commiserate with the other installations. If this is a remodel where you're just removing and replacing, you probably want to make sure before you order it if your preparation is correct, so you know what you're dealing with prior to it arriving. Loosen these screws, slide the unit over the cutout, front face, so that the orientation is like this, top to top. You will tighten these screws down. Then you'll pre-drill the holes for these screws, which are included along with that strike plate. Now, the center line of the latch, as it's measured from something constant, maybe the floor, okay, to the center line of the lock prep, is the center line of the strike plate as well. Center line of the lock prep and the center line of your strike prep is the same. The strike, however, is not symmetrical, and per step 6, after you have mortised your preparation for the strike, you'll install it with the shorter distance versus greater distance towards the top. That hook for the privacy does not, it starts out a little bit higher and then comes down, so you need a greater height or preparation to be off-centered slightly for that to work. Okay. Moving on down through the bottom of page 2 shows how the installation must be should you need to reverse the lock. This is fully reversible. You can take these parts, you can't flip them over, but you can take this off, you can flip that over with the center section remaining the same. And if you do that, you'll need to review that lower portion of page 2 to determine exactly what you're dealing with. It's very straightforward. Screws come out, parts get flipped over. The tail pieces with the bird's mouth preparation need to communicate with that pin that's there. Forks is what they're called on the rocker pin. And that rocker pin is fitted into the cam driver here, okay, so that you're not going to lose it. Now, page 1 of the installation instructions is really a dimensional drawing. And that's handy to have. Gives you an idea of all the things that are included, specific dimensions, which would be nice if you want to ensure compatibility with an existing installation. I said earlier that I like to use a template. It's because of the clean cut, the professional looking end results. I would, of course, if I was going to do several of these, I would certainly create a template that I would clamp down to my door and then route that entire unit with a plunge router until I was all the way through the door. Does not appear that the corners have to be square. Well, they probably do. You probably have to square those corners out a little bit to get the unit to fit. Maybe not. You'll see that when you try to go to install it. Hager is a comprehensive manufacturer of all things trim and auxiliary hardware related, not only builders hardware like this for residential applications, but sliding door hardware, door stops, kick plates, door pulls, lock sets, exit devices, door closers, weather stripping, and of course it's their namesake, Hager Hinge. They're a comprehensive manufacturer of all things architectural and commercial hinge related, residential hinge related, and continuous geared aluminum hinge related as well. Any questions on the Hager number 330M626 pocket door privacy or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to me.